Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. This is my first video and it's a Q&A, so I hope you like it. So the first question I have in here is, where are you from? I'm from Madrid, Spain, okay? Where do you live? I live in London, United Kingdom. What's your ethnicity? I am mixed. My father is Black African and my mother is white Spanish. Where is your name from? My name is from a region in the north of Spain called the Basque Country, or like I say it, it's called País Vasco. Okay, so it's a beautiful region in the north of the country, and the name goes like this: Aroa. Let me say it again: Aroa. This is the way it sounds originally. In the UK, they say it like this: Aroa, which is perfectly fine. We all roll our R's the best way we can, right? So roll your R's the best way you can. It sounds beautiful both ways. What is your first language? Okay, so my first language is Spanish. I grew up speaking Spanish. We speak Spanish at home. My parents don't speak a word of English at all. And I grew up speaking Spanish. I grew up in Madrid, so Spanish is the national language. So English is my second language. Did you speak English when you moved to the UK? Yes, I did. And in fact, when I moved to the UK, which was around 4 to 5 years ago, I already had a pretty advanced level of English. So I already knew how to say everything I wanted to say. I didn't have any problems at all with the language because I lived in the United States for 5 years before I moved to the UK. So I did my university degree in the United States. I spoke already very good English before I moved to the UK. What did you most struggle with when you first moved to the UK? When I first moved to the UK, I found relationships to be the biggest struggle, and I think that nowadays I still feel like it's probably one of the main differences, because in Spain we are a lot more warm with each other. We hug each other a lot more. When we just meet someone, when we greet someone for the first time, we give 2 kisses. So we like kiss each other on the cheek, like we do like this. Nice to meet you, right? So and this is normal, okay? Like we kiss each other. It doesn't matter, whether you're a man or a woman, if it's the same sex or not. It really is a cultural thing, and it's completely normal. However, don't do it in the UK because they'll just freak out. They'll be so confused. They'll be like, why is she getting close to me? Too early for that. Yeah, they'll get very, very confused, trust me. Did you find it hard to make friends when you first moved to the UK? I didn't find it hard because I feel like most people have been very nice to me, and that's probably one of the reasons why I also feel at home in the UK. Because people are very friendly, at least to me they have been, and I didn't really struggle that much. But obviously I need to know that we relate to each other differently, and so I don't relate the same way to a Spanish person than to a British person, because I know, for example, that I just can't give you 2 kisses when I just see you, okay? So I've learned to relate differently to British people, to be fair. What's your favorite type of work to do in the UK? My favorite type of work to do in the UK is film work. I love working in film in the UK. I feel like I've had awesome experiences doing it, and I just want to do it even more. I also love working in modeling in the UK. I feel like the UK has very strong creative industries, and that's really, really awesome. When did you learn English? Okay, so I learned English throughout literally my entire life. I had a mandatory English class at school. So I went to school in Spain. We had a mandatory English class at school, and that's how I learned basic grammar and vocabulary. Now, I want to say, I don't think that the reason why I have a good level is because of my English class. I think the reason is because from the very first moment, English has been my favorite subject. It was my favorite subject at school. So it wasn't a pain for me to memorize lists of vocabulary and grammar rules and phrasal verbs. It wasn't a pain for me because I freaking loved my English class. And so I obviously, I was very focused on, learning English at school and figuring out all the things that, I had wrong and getting the best grade possible. I was a very nerdy student. Like, I was very, very academical. 20 years later, we have a pretty good result. So, yeah. How did you start modeling? Okay, so I got scouted online. I didn't plan to be a model. I really didn't. I got scouted online, and because modeling agencies were following me on my Instagram page, I decided to go to castings that were local to me, and so things started to happen from that. Like, what got me inspired is that these modeling agencies were following me on Instagram, and so I realized that I had potential, because otherwise they would not even bother to follow me. So indeed I had. So here we are. I still do modeling. I love modeling, and I think honestly it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. I love it more than anything, and I don't see myself stopping. Have you ever done a cosmetic procedure? No. I am not that kind of girl. It's not my vibe. I'm not saying it's wrong. You do with your life and your body whatever you want, but I would never. Seriously, don't even think about it. Just don't. Why are you starting a YouTube channel? Okay, so I like the idea of having a space where people can hear my voice. I like the idea of people knowing me for who I am and not for who they think I might be. I like the idea of creating content, and YouTube is such a great space for for sharing your authenticity and your honesty with people, for people to be inspired by your journey, and for me also to learn new skills that otherwise I would not learn. And I get motivated to learn about video editing and filming, and those are skills that are very valuable. And if I wasn't starting YouTube, I wouldn't even bother learning, to be fair. What's your relationship status? Ooh, okay. What's my relationship status? Okay, a lot of people are curious about this question, so I'm going to answer it. I am single. Now, I know what you're going to say. I know you're going to say, what? Why? Okay, I get it. Let me explain to you why, okay? Because I need to explain it to you so people understand. So, why am I single? Because I don't feel that at this point in my life, right now, I don't feel that I need a relationship. And so I am way more picky about who I go out on a date and who I even call my boyfriend. I am very picky, and unless I really, really, really love him, I don't have a need to commit myself to a relationship, because I was a very, very, very independent child when I grew up. I didn't have siblings to play with, or, I didn't really have too many people around me when I grew up. I grew up to be very independent, which means that I don't really feel lonely when I'm physically alone. I also have a lot of ambition to live in different countries, which is why I'm in the UK. I've lived in the United States by myself, and I went there by myself to go to university, and I met people there, and I had my boyfriend, and I had, over there a life. But then obviously I came to the UK. So I am a very, very free bird kind of person. Okay, I've been moving around different continents, different countries, and so it's been very difficult for me to maintain the same kind of love relationships I had when I was in high school or when I was in university, because I went to university very far away, I went to high school very far away, and now I live in the UK. I love the idea of sharing my life with someone. I'm only in my 20s. I don't understand why people rush to get into a relationship with someone else. I feel like my 20s are the time for me, and if I meet someone I really love, yes, I'll date him and be with him, of course, but I'm not pushing it. I'm not feeling that I need to have a boyfriend at this moment. So I am a lot more picky, and unless I really actually feel something quite strongly and deeply, I prefer to be single, to be fair. And maybe in the future I'll make a video with my boyfriend. I don't know, we'll see, right? What do you like in a man? Okay, what do I like in a man? Well, I like honesty and communication big time, and these are easier said than done, I think. So honesty and communication are big time for me. I like a man who's very confident, who not egocentric, I mean confident. Okay, confident, confident, I like a man who has initiative and is romantic, and I like a man who's ambitious and has a great career and goes to get it, but at the same time knows how to balance a relationship with career. I like that. Respect is big time. Respect is so important. What are your next goals? I'm working on my acting CV. I have a lot of experience modeling, and I want to continue doing it. And I also have started writing music. Yes, I have started writing music, so I want to get experience performing my own music and finishing recordings. That will be fantastic. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe so that you can hear more about me and my journey. I think we'll have so much fun together. And yeah, I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.